So you've been doing this for a long time, and I think you're also very active in the research side, right? So to validate what you're really trying to achieve. So what have you seen on the research side?
Well, we have an incredible, we just published our 11 research papers that finished over the last 2 years. It's now up on Amazon as a book because our doctors wanted it for their waiting room. But there's a few that I want to mention here that make a difference. One is concussions. Once we did a big study in Michigan. We took our doctor, his name is Dr. Ted Arkefeld. He took every child in the school, in the high school, that got a concussion. So whether you were a cheerleader, a football player, didn't matter. Everyone went through his protocol, and he's a good doctor. So they got the care they needed, but 50% of them got BrainTap. The other didn't. And then we followed them for 1 year after treatment. So it wasn't just during the treatment. We documented everything. We did 7 different neurological tests at the end of a year.
How long was the treatment?
The treatment is about 6 weeks.
Okay.
But it really depended upon when they go back to play. Like I don't know if you've ever heard of the P300 in the brain. It's an evoked potential that you can't fake. It's not like HRV where you can alter your breathing and change the score. The brain has this. In what we did was we measured their brains before their season started. So we knew their brain, what their normalized brain would look like as far as a WABI score, which is the piece of equipment uses QEEG. And then once they got hit, then you could measure it, and there's a voltage, the voltage goes down. And that shows up also as heavy delta activity in the brain. So their brain's trying to shut down so it can reboot and fix itself. It's self-healing. But of course, we don't do that. We just go. We don't do any of the healing part of it. So what he did when we were studying them, so some people got more than 6 weeks because they had a more severe problem. But after their 1 year after their treatment, whatever that was, they went back and did all of the neurological testing to see what happened, did questionnaires. The worst that they did, BrainTap's group had 30% less headaches than the other, but everything else was between 50 and 70% more improvement for the group that used BrainTap. And so what we were trying to show was recovery is so important. You know, of course, if you have to have surgery, or you have to have some kind of medical procedure, that's okay. But what are you going to do to recover? The faster you can recover, start recovery, the better off you are. So what we showed was if they took the time after their neuro treatment, which the doctor was doing his work, then they just took 20 minutes and did BrainTap. It made a significant difference. So we really want to change the way people think about concussion care and how that works. So that's one of the ones we just released.
And it's only 6 weeks, maybe, some took, 8 weeks, and it's a once a day.
They only did it during their therapy sessions. So they would come into the clinic 3 times a week.
Wow. 3 times a week for 6 weeks, maybe a little more. And then a year later, they're seeing a significant functional benefit.